Okay, so today we're shrinking down,
Yeah.
way down, like microscopic level, down
Chloroplasts.
to the world of cells.
Yeah.
And we've got this really cool excerpt about
Yes.
cell structure and functions. And I am thinking this is going to be so much more interesting than like just memorizing stuff from biology class.
Absolutely.
Because I remember just like trying to remember all the different parts of the cell
Yeah.
and what they did, but not really understanding why it mattered.
I mean, it really is remarkable when you think about it, right? Like, cells are the foundation of all life.
That's true.
It's like this sneak peek behind the curtain of like, well, everything,
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we're talking about like breakthroughs in medicine, bioengineering, even like
Aging.
aging. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like it's all connected.
It all goes back to the cell.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'm already excited.
Yeah.
The source dives right into this major distinction between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells.
Right.
And they use this analogy of living spaces, which I kind of like. They're like, bacteria are basically like studio apartments.
Okay.
Super simple.
Helpful. Yeah.
And then our own cells are like, I don't know, like a mega city or something.
A bustling city. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, so prokaryotic cells, the ones you find in bacteria and archaea,
Mm-hmm.
they're just incredibly efficient, right?
Yeah.
In their simplicity.
Yeah. In their simplicity.
They don't even have a nucleus.
Which always blows my mind.
I know, right?
No nucleus.
So where's their DNA? Is it just like floating around in there?
You could say that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's concentrated in a region that we call the nucleoid,
Okay.
but it's not contained within a separate membrane like in our cells, which is, I think, so interesting.
Yeah.
And this streamlined structure actually allows them to reproduce really quickly, like incredibly quickly.
So it's like they've traded off complexity for speed and efficiency,
Yes, exactly.
which makes sense when
Yeah.
you think about how quickly bacteria can multiply.
Exactly.
Like you leave something out on the counter
Oh,
and it's just covered in bacteria.
yeah. So that, I mean, that simpler structure really helps with that.
Yeah.
Plus, they have that tough cell wall,
Okay.
acting as their armor, and some of them even have these whip-like structures called flagella
Flagella,
that help them move around. So
like little tails.
yeah, like little tails, like little outboard motors
Yeah. Okay. I
Yeah.
like that, zipping around.
zipping through their microscopic world.
Yeah. So that's the studio apartment. Let's
Yeah.
zoom in on the megacity,
Yes.
or eukaryotic cells.
Right.
The source says they're like massive
Okay.
compared to bacteria.
Yes. 10 to 100 times bigger.
10 to 100 times.
Yeah.
It's hard to even fathom.
It's hard to fathom. Yeah.
And that size difference obviously requires like a whole other level of organization.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And that's why eukaryotic cells have all of these specialized compartments
Mm-hmm.
called organelles.
Right. Organelles. Yeah.
And it's like our mega city.
Yeah. Right. They have different departments.
Yeah.
You gotta have the different departments to keep things running smoothly.
Yeah, so let's take a tour of this cellular city.
Okay. Let's do it.
I'm guessing the nucleus is like City Hall,
Right. You got it.
holding all the important DNA blueprints.
Yeah. The nucleus protects the cell's genetic information.
Okay.
And like the vault
Right, the vault, yeah.
keeps everything safe.
And then there's the mitochondria,
Yes, the mitochondria.
which are the powerhouses,
The
right?
powerhouses of the cell. Absolutely.
They're responsible for converting the oxygen we breathe
Yes.
into usable energy,
Into that energy that we need to do everything. Yeah.
which explains why we need to breathe at all.
Exactly.
But it makes you wonder, is there like a downside to this energy production process?
That is a great question. And that is actually one of the areas that researchers are exploring.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in aging and disease. It turns out that this process of creating energy can produce harmful byproducts
Oh, wow.
that contribute to cellular damage over time.
So even at the cellular level, it's all about balance.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, what about this endoplasmic reticulum?
Yes.
Or ER, as the cool scientists call it.
ER. Yeah, we like to shorten things.
Yeah, no.
Make it a little easier.
It sounds complicated.
It's a little bit of a mouthful.
Yeah.
Endoplasmic reticulum.
So what is this?
Think of it like a massive factory within the cell.
Okay.
Okay, so the rough ER is covered in ribosomes, which are like these tiny protein-building machines.
Okay.
So it's constantly churning out proteins needed for all sorts of cellular function.
A little factory.
Yeah, like a little protein factory.
Okay.
And then you have the smooth ER, which is involved in producing lipids, including cholesterol,
Oh, okay.
which is essential for cell membranes,
Right.
but sometimes gets a bad rap because of its connection to heart health.
Right.
So it's got a mixed reputation.
Yeah, I understand.
But yeah, so that's your ER, your factory, and pharmacy all rolled into one.
Okay, so basically a cellular, factory, and pharmacy all in one.
You got it.
And speaking of specialized functions, our source highlights a key difference between plant and animal cells.
Yes.
Plants have these things called chloroplasts, right?
Chloroplasts, yeah.
Which we don't.
That's right. So chloroplasts are basically like the solar panels of the plant world,
Okay.
right? They capture light energy and convert it into chemical energy through photosynthesis,
Right.
which is how plants make their own food.
Right.
They're very self-sufficient.
They are. Yeah.
And then they also have these large vacuoles that act like storage tanks.
Right.
They hold water and nutrients,
Yeah.
and that helps the plants stay upright and healthy.
Right.
So they got their food making, they got their storage.
They got it all figured out.
They're pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm starting to see how each organelle is like a specialized worker
Mm-hmm.
contributing to the overall functioning of the cell.
Like a well-coordinated team.
Yeah, a well-coordinated team.
Yeah.
And it's just incredible that we can actually see all of this.
I know, right?
Thanks to microscopes.
It's amazing.
Our source mentions different types, each more powerful than the last.
Oh, yeah.
It's like going from a blurry street map
Yeah.
to like a high-definition 3D model of the city.
It's mind-blowing. The technology that we have now
Yeah.
allows us to peer into this microscopic world and see not just the structures,
Yeah.
but also the dynamic processes that are happening within cells in real time.
You're
We're
right.
talking molecules interacting, proteins being synthesized.
Wow.
It's truly remarkable,
So we've gone from these simple, efficient bacteria, the studio apartments,
right?
to the bustling metropolises of our own cells.
Yeah, quite the journey.
It really is incredible.
It is.
To think about all this complexity happening within something so tiny.
Yeah, and this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Understanding cells at this level has implications for everything. I mean, oh, wow.
From personalized medicine
Okay.
to treating genetic diseases
Yeah.
to potentially even growing new organs.
Wow.
The possibilities are almost limitless.
It really makes you appreciate the wonders that are hidden within us.
It really does, yeah.
We've learned about, kind of the general types of cells,
Mm-hmm.
but imagine like the specialized cells within our bodies,
Oh, yeah.
from neurons firing signals
Oh, yeah.
to muscle cells contracting.
Yeah.
It's a whole other level of wonder.
It really is.
It really is.
And who knows what other secrets we'll uncover
Yeah.
as we continue to explore this microscopic universe within us.
That's a great way to put it, a microscopic universe
Wow.
within us.
Within us.
So cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for taking this deep dive with us.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
All right, and thanks to everyone listening.
Yes, thank you all.
We will catch you on the next deep dive.
See ya.